Good day and welcome to Mike on the mic. And we have Kendall on the line. Kendall, introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay, my name is Kendal St Louis, the CEO and founder of a facility management company called LADNEK Limited. I've been in the business 13 years and going, right, specializing in janitorial, maintenance, sanitary services, the supply of washroom products like toilet paper, paper towels, and I service a number of companies throughout Trinidad and Tobago.
Kendall, I reached out to you because I saw an interesting LinkedIn post where you had the recipe for success. And it was very engaging to me because you hear this a lot of the times on YouTube, but you hear it from different sources. And you had, how you say, you accumulate all the sources and you had it in your own Trini way, the recipe to success. Can you give my audience what is your recipes for success?
Well, I mean, funny as you mentioned that. I think everybody's recipe will be different. It all depends on how you look at life. Perspective at the end of the day. I think at this point my recipe for success will be consistency, determination, willpower, motivation, as well as discipline. Right, I think these are contributing factors based on where I'm at right now in my life and things that I'm trying to achieve. Right, I think these things are what I would mix up in the pot right now and create that success, as you would say.
How old are you, Kendall?
Um, so I'll be 34 next month, right? Next month I'll be 34, so I'm 33 right
And
now.
why I ask the question is that we noticed that during the pandemic, a lot of people went to online and using digital portal and started doing videos and started doing a lot of content online. And the space in Trinidad and the mindset in Trinidad has opened up a lot when it comes to digital. And what
Right.
I also understand and believe is that a lot of Trinidadians don't have a voice in the digital space, especially when it comes to financial freedom. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, Financial freedom for me, again, financial freedom for everybody would be different. Some people may financial freedom to them may just be able to purchase groceries. It may be just to be able to pay the rent, to buy a nice house, to buy a nice vehicle, to support their family. It will be different for everyone. And it again is a matter of perspective and where you at life and what are your goals and ultimately your objectives. Um, as you mentioned, just a little sidetrack, as you mentioned in the whole digital realm, as everyone doing video content and whatnot. I think it's a great avenue for everybody in Trinidad. I think everyone in Trinidad, every single person has a story to tell, and I think we should all utilize that video platform, whether it be Facebook or YouTube, Instagram, to tell our stories and show our lives, basically.
Kendall, how in your mind, how important you think is mentorship when it comes to your journey or your path to success?
Mentorship, I believe, is extremely important to everyone. We all need someone to look up to, someone to offer advice, someone to support us. I think that is extremely important to every single person. We all need someone to be there to guide us, to hold our hands, and to show us that, hey, this is what needs to be done, and this is what you shouldn't be doing now, and this is what you should focus on, and this will lead you to where you're trying to go in life.
And based on your developing your companies, what was that journey like for you to say, all right, I had an idea and now I want to be able to execute that idea? What was that journey like?
It was a long, rocky journey that sometimes I look back and can't believe where I'm at right now. It had a lot of ups and downs. It still has ups and downs. There were many times when I thought that what am I doing this for? I'm wasting my time. And for me, I think what I was just some may not see it as lucky, but I would say I was lucky to not have a plan B or an alternate. I had to make what I was doing happen. I had to make that successful for myself. So as much as I would have got knocked down, I had to get back up and keep going because I had no other choice.
Why I ask that question, right? Some audience who might know, I might know the history and the context. Who is Mr. Duki?
Right. So Mr. Duki is a mentor of mine, and I must say, as I would have mentioned in one of my videos, he passed away last year. It was a shock to everyone. And he would have been a competitor in my industry, and we met each other, and we clicked. We became good friends, and he would have offered a lot of advice to me. He would have helped me to be where I am today, and I am eternally grateful for the knowledge he would have bestowed on me. And I mean, he was a great man. I can't say anything bad about Mr. Duki. He was a great man from the first day that I met him to to even hearing that he he was not around anymore. Like I felt I felt sad. I felt really, really, really sad. And I mean, even sometimes, I check my WhatsApp to see if it's really true,
Hmm.
right? That's so much to show how how he had a good impact on me, because at times I would have reached out to him just to see how he's doing and to talk, and I can't do that anymore.
Wow. Wow. So, how do you keep yourself motivated, or where are your new sources for tips or even advice?
Right. So yeah, I utilize books, right? Even videos on YouTube. I'd look at influencers, entrepreneurs who are doing things that I like, that I admire, and that I would like to do as well. And I try to learn from them based on the video content that they would produce, and even the books that I read. I tend to be very intentional with the books that I read. I try to read books that would give me knowledge on something that I deem as important in my life or my business. So yeah, those are the ways that tend to stay motivated presently.
Kendall, later on LinkedIn, I'm gonna put out a video which is basically saying success like speed. Are you for or against? Success like
Success, like,
speed.
I need a little more
So why
context,
ask
but it sounds
why I'm gonna put out a video on LinkedIn, and it was something on inspired just like yourself by a YouTuber, and he was basically saying success like speed, mainly because there's a stage when you're planning that after a certain point it becomes procrastination, and sometimes you
right.
have to start
Got it. I got it.
action, and when the action start happening, yeah, you might make some, you might have problems, you might have mistakes, you might have failures, but you learn from it. Are you for or against success like speed?
No, definitely, because that helps you. That helps you to not procrastinate, and procrastination is one of the biggest leads to failure. I would say it keeps you back. It stops you from doing what you plan to do, and it makes you unproductive.
So I was being a little clever there, right? Because I know you put out a video on procrastination.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
what I wanted to really find out too, what the real question was, based on that video on procrastination, what was one of the key or core elements that you've learned or picked up that you carry on now after that video?
The Pomodoro technique, as it relates to going and do something for 5 minutes and timing yourself,
Yeah.
looking to reward yourself right after. Like for me now, like when I have to do something, I I still struggle with procrastination. I think we all do. But I've wired my brain to say, hey, if you don't do this now, you're going to have to do it tomorrow. So start a little bit of it now. And what usually happens is when you start, you don't actually do a little bit. You actually start and you end up finishing what you set out to do and what you would have been procrastinating about.
And on that topic of starting, guys, we're trying to create new interesting content here on whatever social media platform that you see this content here on Mike on the Mic. But what I need is your help to get the message out there by sharing the video, by even just putting a simple thumbs up if you agree. If you don't agree, put a thumbs down. But essentially, it's through this network and this community we could have conversation like how having a conversation with Kendall, and we could probably inspire. If we, I, my mission successful if I could inspire one person, and that one person
Yeah.
continue to inspire the next person, and we start the chain, we could see a different Trinidad and Tobago. Because ultimately, I live here, and I want the future to be better for my daughter who also lives here. You know, moving forward, as we dive in down a little bit deeper, what would you say are the three elements that led to your success?
Discipline, consistency, and determination. I think those are the three elements that would have led to my success here. I'm very disciplined. People who know me, they would if you ask them that, they tell you, nah, Kendall is extreme discipline.
And why is discipline so important? Because I as a parent, I also try to help my daughter learn about discipline. Why, in your opinion, as Kendall, discipline is so important?
Um, I think I would have learned certain traits of discipline from my parents, and basically more my dad, I would say. He is a very strict individual, and I think it shapes you to 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 to, to, to multiply that discipline in different aspects of your life. So you would need discipline when it comes to studying. You need discipline when it comes to learning something new, whether it be swimming, whether it be basketball, anything. Right, playing the piano, you need discipline in order to learn those things. So every aspect of your life would need some form of discipline. So discipline, I believe, is one of the core attributes of an individual that is extremely important, and it would actually help you in every aspect of your life.
And as we look to wind down the interview, I know you're well read based on the videos I see you put out on YouTube. What would you say
Yeah.
was that one book that was a life changer for you, and is something that you would encourage anyone to read?
The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Um, that book was a very great book that I read. It teaches you about discipline as well, because one of the key attributes of the book is waking up every day at 4 a.m. in order to meditate, right? And sticking to that routine is usually hard at first, but that's one way that you could practice discipline. And yeah, I think that book is an important book to me, and I think anybody who reads that book and follows the teachings in that book, it can change their life, or it will change their life.
And just to recap the conversation, thank you, Kendall. Just to recap the conversation, one of the main nuggets for today's conversation: procrastination is the anti-hero to success.
Yeah, it is.
We have to be able to motivate each other and build a community here, especially in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you from a news perspective, from somebody who works in the media locally, it's very sad to see how my country has changed so much during the course of the years, and we want to be able to give people hope. And also, too, I admire the fact that you had a vision. You understand that it took discipline to create that vision to make it happen, but you never let that stop you. You never let the obstacles that could be in anyone's life stop you based on discipline. Thank you, Kendall. Thank you for coming here. Is there anything else you'd like to add to the audience?
No, not at the moment. But I also have a YouTube channel, right? And I share nuggets just like this in terms of motivation, entrepreneurial journeys, and success. And anybody who deems that this could be beneficial to them, I mean, they can subscribe to my channel. It's Kendal St Louis, right? KENDALSTLOUIS.
Thank you, Kendall. Thank you for coming here on Mikey Mike, especially on the late notice, guys. Guys, very late notice. Thank you for coming on.
No,
And I
no,
and I really hope that we inspire somebody out there in Trinidad and Tobago. And feel free to contact Kendall. Feel free to contact Mike. Let's help build the community. Let's get that transformational information and videos out there for the wider Trinidad and Tobago, and give the young people some hope. And take care from Mike on the mic.
yeah, no problem, man.